In a quiet village deep in the heart of Africa, there lived a man named Kofi. He was a father, a husband, and a farmer. His hands, rough from years of walking the earth, contrasted with the tenderness in his heart, especially for his only son, Kwame. Life in the village was simple. The days were filled with the sounds of laughter, the rhythm of farming tools, and the warmth of family. But all of this was about to change when desperation crept into Kofi's life. The rains had stopped. The once fertile land cracked under the relentless sun, turning crops to dust. Kofi watched helplessly as his fields, his source of livelihood, withered away. Oma, Kofi's wife, tried to stretch what little food they had. But each day, their meals grew smaller, and the hunger in their sons' eyes grew larger. The village, too, felt the sting of the drought. Kofi's heart ached with a father's helplessness. He had promised to protect his family, yet he could do nothing against the wrath of nature. But Kofi was determined to find a way. One evening, as the sky bled a deep crimson, a stranger arrived at the edge of the village. His presence was unsettling, his words smooth and tempting. He offered wealth and prosperity for a price. The stranger spoke of ancient rituals, of secret knowledge that could summon rain and restore life to the land. His promises dripped like honey, sweet and dangerous. Blinded by desperation, Kofi agreed to the stranger's terms. He believed he was saving his family, unaware of the darkness he was inviting into his home. That night, under the cover of darkness, Kofi prepared for the ritual. Strange symbols were drawn in the dirt, and a fire burned unnaturally bright. The air grew heavy, and the village seemed to hold its breath. Kofi's hands trembled as he followed the stranger's instructions. The chants echoed in his ears, blending with the pounding of his heart. He believed he was summoning rain. But as dawn approached, an eerie silence blanketed the village. Something felt wrong, a heavy sense of foreboding settling over Kofi's heart. Kofi rushed to Kwame's hut, hoping to find his son asleep. But instead, he found Kwame lying motionless, a strange charm clutched in his small hand. The realization hit Kofi like a thunderclap. The ritual had demanded a sacrifice, and fate had chosen his most precious treasure, his son. Kofi's screams shattered the morning silence, echoing through the village. The villagers gathered, their faces a mix of sorrow and fear, but no words could comfort the grieving father. With his own trembling hands, Kofi buried Kwame. The soil he had once prayed would nourish his crops now cradled his son's lifeless body. The rains eventually came, as the stranger had promised. But they brought no joy. The fields turned green, but Kofi's heart remained barren. No harvest could fill the void left by Kwame's absence. The laughter that once filled Kofi's home was replaced by a haunting silence. Kofi wandered the village like a ghost, his eyes hollow, his spirit broken. The weight of his mistake was heavier than any burden he had ever carried. The villagers, too, learned from Kofi's tragedy. They whispered his story to their children, a cautionary tale about the dangers of desperation and the price of greed. The stranger disappeared, leaving behind only the memory of his deceit. But the scar he left on Kofi's heart remained, a permanent reminder of the cost of his choices. Seasons changed, but Kofi's grief did not. The green fields mocked him, a cruel reminder of what he had lost in his quest to save them. Oma, too, carried the weight of their son's loss. Together, they mourned, finding solace only in each other's silent company. Years passed, but the village never forgot Kofi's story. It became a part of their history, a lesson passed down through generations. For Kofi, the true wealth of life had been in the love he held for his son. And once lost, no amount of rain could ever wash away the pain. If this story touched your heart, share it with those you love. Subscribe for more tales that echo the truth of life.